Welcome to the Vegas 107 UFC fight card recap show from Punches and Profits with your host Nick Hollins. All right, let's get into it. First fight of the card. The card was fucked. It was the main event, right? Erin Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. Macy Barber pulled out. She actually had a panic attack, apparently, or something. I think that's what actually happened. Her heart rate would have gone up before the fight. They would have said, do all these techniques to slow her heart rate down, and they probably couldn't. She just, they just was like, oh, fucking minute of fucking hospital or some shit. I don't even know why they even let her fight after, by missing weight. But anyway, let's move on. It's just annoying. That's really, really bad. That's bad, man. That's bad. Anyway, moving on. Let's keep moving. Got to keep moving all the time. There's fights to be talked about. All right, Alice Adeline versus Rianne dos Santos. All right, Alice, she just uses her face and takes the shots, but Rianne dos Santos didn't get on a bike at all. I think in the second round she did. Maybe in the, well, I know in the third she kind of did, but nah. And as you can say, and I was telling this to someone the other day. Fighting is like painting a picture. If you just create one little smudge, her little smudge in the first round just cost her the fight, and it was in the second. She just couldn't get going. Like and Alice outworked her. Had way better hands. And yeah, but she obviously likes to take shots to the fucking brain. And I called it. If you actually go listen to my full card prediction, I actually call it. She actually likes taking shots to the brain. I knew it. Anyway, enough of that. She won. Whatever. Alice Adeline won on decision. Moving on up the card. Balaji Oki versus Michael Aswell. All right. Oki won on decision. Very good style. He's actually got a really, really good style because he's like, he's more powerful. He's lengthy. He's very lanky, but he's powerful, and he sits on his shots. But one little tweak, right? He should be like in and out, and he should take that skill from Aswell. Aswell, very good short notice replacement. Gave Oki a good little run for his money. Aswell was on his bike early. He was in and out. He was and he's actually using his boxing well. And yeah, gave Oki moments. But Oki was just sitting on his punches, following up well at times. It's just just missing that one thing. That in and out. It would be perfect if he had that one little skill. If he was sharpening that, take that from try and just sharpen that boxing. Where you're on the feet and you're striking kind of with that rhythm. Anyway, good. I'd say it was probably more like in stocks terms as well. Stock probably went up. Nah, I don't know. Nah, good win for Oki. All right, moving on. Jordan Levitt submitted Kurt Holloway in the first round. If you go, well, there you go. See you go. So a submission first or second round. I said it in the full card thing. That was a very good call. Bang. Thanks for coming. Boom. All right. Nothing really to say there. I already said it. Kurt Holloway just accepts going down to the ground, and you don't want to do it against Levitt, And Levitt's just that's just what happened, I think it was just a perfect combination of Levitt being disrespected, because apparently that's what he was saying. He said he even said it himself on the post interview that he said something about he thought he was like a pleb or something, which whatever, man, you're still on that stage, but anyway. But good on him. Good finish. Yep. All right, but still work on your striking. Oh Jesus. Anyway, moving on. And good prediction. Bang. Thanks for coming. Moving on up the card, Alan Nascimento versus Jafel Filho. All right, That was so Jafel Filho just did not listen to his corner. That's literally the story of the tail of the tape on this one. Did not listen, and literally went to go actually proceed to initiate ground, more ground. What are you doing? Listen to your corner. What are you doing? You should have just kept it on feet. You know, I don't know. I should have believed in your striking, man. He should have believed in it. I know. Maybe he's like stressed on his chin or something. No, who knows? But Alan Nascimento, very good, solid position. You know, so obviously he has more of a refined wrestling based style, because you know his positions were a lot more effective than obviously Jafilho just sitting there, freaking idiot. Nah, he just fucked up. That's all. Anyway, good win, Alan Nascimento, very good. It's not a top 15, but anyway, moving on up the card. Zach Reese versus Dusko Tutovic. What? I don't know. He needs to. Zach Reese, what are you doing? You could have easily finished this fight if you had just focused on, you know, grinding out a skill like John Jones, where he's using his elbows and knees. You know, you've got that body frame where you're like lanky for that, like, you know, that type of division. And I feel like, you know, if you just sharpen your tools with your elbows and knees, you probably would have like put this guy away. That didn't happen. And you know, anyway. But you know, sad for Dusko Djokovic. I think he's lost a few now in the UFC. Anyway, nothing really more to say with that one. But you know, Zach Reese, unanimous decision against Dusko. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to like really like, I'm telling you, knees and elbows. Just do something, like really be aggressive with knees and elbows. Find a way to like sharpen that. Man, all right. Just like Oki. Oki needs to be like in and out. Oki, in and out. Like in and out with his like, and follow-ups too. Like, you know, 1-2, and then 1-2. You know what I mean? Beast. You know, and then maybe like let him come in and then sit on your shots when you're countering. So Oki needs to sit on his shots when countering. And then in and out, and then they come in and then sit on your shot and counter them. Oki, you destroy people. And then yes, Zach Reese, you need to, man. Anyway, all right. Ketlen Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. All right, this was the very, very good utilization in grappling again. Macy Chiasson, she tried to get on a bike. I think I had just an envision that she was just going to be on a bike for 3 rounds, but this was not the case. Ketlen Vieira was just too good at, I think she's just got more of a judo type of thought process. Macy Chiasson, what are you doing? Like, anyway, that doesn't matter. I think she may have just misread the way the fight was going to go. Anyway, sucks for them. Ketlen Vieira, all right, sweet, she won. Moving on up the card, Justin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. This was a banger. And I knew it. In the full card, yep, Justin Jacoby. He has dynamite in his hands. And he's still got it. And he's old. But he's not. You know, some people, because, you know, they say that, like, heavyweights, they can go from, like, they go to, like, 38, you know, whatever. Justin Jacoby, you know, he's still got dynamite in his hands. And he showed it on full display. Just jabbed the guy's face. I thought... You know, anyway, Bruno Lopez just crumbled instantly. But very good win. Not really. Well, it just looks like a good win because of the guy's record. The guy's record's probably padded, you know, now that we know. He was like 14-2. And a jab put him down to the ground. I don't see any real hope with the Bruno Lopez. It might be just one of those guys. Anyway, Justin Jacoby does it once again. Bang. Very good win. You know, nice highlight. Anyway, moving on up the card. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Billy Ray Goff. Billy Ray, That sucks. He looked like he was he was flopping and he just flopped. Oh man, that's so savage. That's savage. In my video that I was saying Rimiz, yep. I knew some sort of like weird kind of aura guy. But this fight was on short notice. I actually didn't say anything about this fight. But you know, Ramiz Brakimaj, I actually had him. It was like a 4-1, 400, yeah, whatever. Good win. Good little pick, really. But you know, just oh man, that sucks. Billy Ray Goff obviously is not familiar with any ground game whatsoever. Anyway, moving on off the card to the main event. Sadly, because you know Macy Barber was allowed to walk from the scales, not making weight and probably looking like she was about to fall over. You know, in her own head, like she was probably like dizzy, you know, probably thinking she was gonna fall over, but she isn't. And on camera, it's like, oh yeah, she's not looking nice. She's okay. But you know, inside, she's like, oh man, I feel like I'm gonna about to fall over. Not good. Kind of sad. Anyway, but who knows? They said she had a seizure or something. Anyway, main event. Hope she's okay. Main event. Mateusz Gamrot versus Ludovic Klein. Ludovic Klein just did not know so obviously Gamrot did what he does best, and that's just use his grappling, use his wrestling, get the position. But you know there was times where I literally saw the camera. I think there was twice. I know there was once. There was once where I saw the camera go from here to here. You could see full light. Now, if you could see full light on a camera, I'm sure. I don't know. It's just like learn to sync it up. Learn to sync up the necks, the jokes. You're gonna have to, because you're not gonna win the belt doing this. We just keep. I don't know. I hope they're listening. I hope there's some sort of people out there listening. This is just for educational purposes. But yeah, some of my picks did well. Obviously Levitt first and second round sub was a good pick. He did it in the first. But yeah. I hope people are enjoying this entertainment, and yeah, this is Punches and Profits with your host Nick Hollins signing out. Peace.